Happy New Year, motherfuckers! Welcome to the Thursday night show. I hope everybody's having a happy new year. I certainly am. Today's show is all about the new year, and it's all about what we're giving up. Now, I tell you what I've given up. I've given up giving a fuck. So let's see how that goes. Now, do we have some treats in store for you today? I don't know. I've given up giving a fuck, so I don't really know what's happening. But it's going to be very much fun. Welcome to 2021. Now, speaking of giving up, I think we should introduce the next regular guest of the show, a man who gave up years ago. Please welcome the man with the biggest head in comedy, Mr. Jay Sodergaard.
Yes, bless you, bless you.
Happy New Year, Sodergaard.
Yes, my head's got bigger. There you go. It's
Why's
all about
your head so big?
It's because I'm very intelligent. There you go. Bless you. Look at you, LJ. Look at you.
I thought it was a birth defect, and I'm glad to hear it's a minor matter. I didn't want to tread into that kind of situation.
You've given up giving a fuck. This is what it is.
That suggests I ever used to give a fuck.
Tell me, LJ.
Man, giving up killing old ladies. Now, Sodergaard, tell me, what are you giving up for New Year?
I'm giving up drinking. As if anyone saw the show.
Ooh, I quit.
If anyone saw the show last week, I was fucked. I was totally fucked. I left halfway through. And yes, 2021 has been my year that I'm not drinking. There you go. I'm now known as Jay Sodergaard. That's what it is. You see why I did that?
There's like a pun on your name.
That's it. That's it.
LJs are not giving a fuck. Do it.
Tell me.
Everybody just does puns on their names. That could be funny.
Well, not in your case, but LJ, tell me something.
Email the producer. Anyway, how was your
LJ? I just want to find out. Were you at the protest last night at the Capitol?
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed out. I am here in D.C. in my attic, my granddaddy's attic. Normally in the Capitol building. My grandmammy's attic, because I had to storm Das Kapital last night. I'm staying in my daddy's attic because my daddy lives in D.C., very close to Das Kapital. And I went in, but it was Washington State, and it was Starbucks. And I was confused, and I got nothing. So I was not on CNN.
See, all I've got to say to that is, look, protesters got into the Capitol building. Just a quick lesson to Donald Trump. Walls really don't work. So, hey, anyone can get in. But look at me, look at you, LJ. Did you steal Joe Biden's glasses? Is that what it is?
I did steal Joe Biden's glasses, because when I stole them yesterday on Das Kapital, I said, Bitty Biden, I'll fuck you up if you don't give me your shade. Bitty Biden, give me the shade, and now I got his shade.
That's it, man. You're the next president. That's what it is.
Long story short, yes, I did, Sodergaard.
Oh, bless you, LJ.
What else is on your satirical radar, Sodergaard?
I'll show you. Look, I'll show you. That's it. That's all I have. That's all I have. I've got 3 jokes, and you did 2 of them before I'd even done them. So that's the way it goes.
You're gonna do a joke about how Capitol Hill was called Das Kapital, and you was in the wrong Washington. I would find it very coincidental if you was going to do that, because that's not even a joke. It's only funny to me. So do your next joke. Do it. You got one left. Make it a good one. Because people are home saying nothing for this.
I'll do one just to piss you off and the producer.
I'm not being pissed off.
Oh, no.
Last night I was so pissed off I stormed Capitol Hill.
All I gotta say, Virgin Trains are always late because they're exactly like virgins. They're just waiting for the right time. All right? I got onto one train halfway through the journey. Train stopped for no reason at all. Didn't want to go all the way. I finally got to the end destination. Train doors wouldn't even open. Didn't want to let me go. All right? I had to spend 2 hours cuddling the driver before I could get off the fucker. Now the train follows me everywhere I go. If you go outside and see the 1422 to Birmingham, it's for me. Tell it I'm not interested. It said single on the ticket very clearly. Damn,
that was a good story. Now, Sodagar, do the joke you was gonna do. Do the joke now. Now do the joke. That wasn't the joke. Jesus Christ. This is what I have to work with. This is why I refuse to do any more shows. This is why I hang up my boots. Right. Is it time to get Vladimir McTavish on?
Let's do this. Let's bring him on, my friend.
Hey there. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I've got quite a big head as well, as you can see. Hey, okay, I must admit, I was very impressed by your people last night. I used to think Scottish people were unhealthy. But there you go. American people try to stage a revolution and 3 of them die of heart attacks. That is quite impressive. As to be said, what do you expect when a bunch of fat rednecks actually take some exercise for a change? Anyway, yeah, good to be on the show. I am thinking of giving things up.
What are you giving up, Vladimir?
I was going to give up drinking, very much like Jay. I was going to give up drinking, but that hasn't worked.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, it's not worked. I think you've got to set yourself achievable goals. If you say I'm going to give up drinking, I've decided to set myself the achievable goal of not taking heroin in January. And it's going pretty well, has to be said.
I'll join you.
Yeah. Has to be said, actually, I'm thinking of just giving up on 2021 or sending it back, because a 7-day free trial is not going that well, is it? No, I think like a lot of people in the UK, I've pretty much given up hope. This it's not been a good start of the year, has it? If you think about it, fuck's sake, here we are with it's the 3rd wave. No one knows. Another wave of another strain of COVID. Things look pretty fucking bleak in the moment, don't they? But at least the UK Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has predicted that there are better times ahead. And here is his message to the nation. I actually can't believe for 1 minute he's going to look that good in 14 years' time. But there's been various flip-flops, various U-turns, various government policy shifts in the last couple of days, really, hasn't there? And we can now reveal from an inside source what it was that made Boris Johnson finally find out the secret to being able to run the country properly. There you go. He just sees what Nicola Sturgeon says and then he copies it. Yes. I've got a theory as to this is why Boris Johnson is so opposed to Scottish independence. Because if we become independent, he's going to have nobody to run his country for him. Anyway, good to be on the show. That's all I've got to say about it.
Good to have you on the show, Vladimir. Did you have a good New Year's Eve?
I did have a good New Year's Eve. I was in the unusual position of being the most sober person on the show.
Oh, New Year's Eve was the drinking show. Happy time.
Yeah, it was a drinking show. I was drinking, but everyone else was drinking much more than me.
I was very drunk New Year's Eve, but that's typical for me. Oh, in Scotland, you don't call it New Year's Eve, do you? You call it hegemony.
Hogmanay, yeah.
Hegemony. Do you have a good hegemony?
I had a very, very good. Well, that's the thing, but the hegemony, everyone has a good one.
I had a good hegemony. You know what I like to do on hegemony? I like to turn on a BBC Two and watch the Jules Holland Hoojanoni. I watch the Hoojanoni on the hegemony. That's what I do, because I'm an honorary Scotsman. I've done 2 shows in the Edinburgh, Scotland, and I made £2.43.
That is probably a record. I think no one has made as much as that per show.
I'm a wealthy man in Edinburgh. I pay attention to the hegemony.
And are you coming up to our festival this year? Coming over from the States?
I think the chance of it happening is shit to none. So I'll be staying in Alabama eating rice out of a dish. The only way I eat rice, out of a dish. Next year, maybe when the English virus is what I call it now, or the old virus is gone, but the English virus is killing everybody, I'll come to your Scotland and I might do a show.
Yeah, we're calling it the English virus.
As you should.
Yeah.
That ain't no Scottish virus. You motherfuckers had no virus till it come from that town in England? Yedding, Reading, I don't know. It's all Edding. I don't like it. I don't trust anything that's spelled Edding, pronounced Edding. Bad.
But no, see, as the country with the highest, the lowest life expectancy in the civilized world, the last thing we need is yet another thing to kill us. But no, we're pretty optimistic here in Scotland with the vaccine, partly because other parts of the country, they say, well, we've not got enough volunteers to help administer the vaccinations. Whereas up here in Scotland, we've got plenty of people who are very experienced in using needles. And most of them happen to be conveniently unemployed. So there you go. An army of heroin addicts. There'll be
the Scottish movie, The Heroin Addicts, Braveheart. It was all on heroin. You can take my life, but you cannot take my bag of skag.
And there was that other one about the heroin addict, Greyfriars Bobby.
Was that a sequel?
Yeah.
Was it time to bring the first act on? Do we have to have a guest? I lose track of time. I'm just having fun and being a little crazy.
I'm very excited about our next guest.
I'm very excited about the next guest. Let me check who it is to see how excited I am.
Well, I can tell you,
very excited. Very. According to my notes, I am over the moon. I'll introduce him, and I hope through the magic of technology. I'm hoping. I don't know, because I don't trust technology. That's why I don't get no vaccine. But I'm hoping through the magic of technology that this is going to work, and it's going to be a video of this dude. It's not just going to be me looking silly. If there's one thing I don't tolerate, it's me looking silly. That I hope all the way from Singapore, my main man's going to be on screen. So let us, through the magic of technology, cut to a clip of the main man, Sam C., all the way from Singapore. Bring it on.
Because in Singapore, all of the males have to serve a national service, which is a compulsory conscription. When you hit the ages of 16, 18, you have to serve in the army for 2 years. 2 years as a 16 to 18-year-old. And when you finish, they call you a national serviceman because it sounds better than child soldier. And when you go to the army, you actually have to declare your gay. If you don't declare, then they kind of off the jail of you. But if you do declare, it's so bad. Because you get put into something called Section 302. 302. Here's what happens in Section 302. You get treated like you have a mental disorder. You're not allowed to hold government secrets. You can't rise to a high rank in the army. And this is true. They rank how gay you are. Yeah. There are 3 ranks of gay in the Singapore Army. And they are as follows. Minorly effeminates, severely effeminates. How do they tell? Like minorly effeminate, you are wearing a dress. Severely effeminate, you designed it yourself. And the weird thing on the comment for that one is that if you are Section 302, you're not allowed to stay in the bunks with the other soldiers overnight because they're scared, you bomb them in and lower the moral standards of the troops. I was like, how dare they think that gay people would wait till nighttime? Are we vampires? I want to suck your dick, but the sun is up.
It's an absolute pleasure to welcome our guest live at fuck knows what time in the morning from Singapore, the marvelous Samsi.
Oh, good morning, Vlad. It is 4 in the morning here. 4 in the morning.
Happy 4 in the morning. Jesus, man, that's some achievement.
It's the only way I'm going to keep awake.
Yeah, in a country where you can't take drugs.
Yes, thank you for leading in with the heroin jokes. I'm just like, oh well, I'm waiting for the cops in 5, 4, 3.
So 4 in the morning, yeah. I've been to Singapore, and it is it's a fascinating place. First time I was there, actually, I came out in 2008. It was the first time I went to Singapore, and I was doing shows for Scottish expats.
Yep, that's common. There's surprisingly a lot of them.
I was amazed. There's 3,000 people in Singapore who identify or self-identify as Scottish.
Half of them are Americans anyway. Doesn't count.
Yeah, they probably are. They probably are Australians. But no, it's great. And then I was out at the Singapore Comedy Festival in 2014.
The Magnus International Comedy Festival. If
That's
I
right.
remember correctly. Yes.
Yeah. No, it's the great place. But there are quite a lot of things you can't do.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, here's the thing: it used to be Singapore's all these rules where you can't chew gum, you can't take drugs, you can't have fun, and then COVID happened, and then we are one of the countries that actually dealt with it okay. So we're the only countries where we can go out, we can go to the park, we can watch movies in the cinema, we can do live shows again in theaters, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is freedom. And then you see the UK's in tier 49 by now. Yep. America's I keep saying America's on fire, but now it's like, America's literally on fire, and I'm like,
it is literally on fire. Yeah. Well, so have you pretty much come through it okay? I mean, as a nation, I mean.
As a nation, yes. As a nation, yeah, we've done fine. Minimal deaths. We helped with the COVID research. We are going to be administering vaccines for free to citizens because socialism is you don't have freedom of speech, but you don't get to die earlier unless you have criticisms of the government. Then you die. Yeah. But other than that, free vaccines. Yay.
Well, yeah. We've been promised them, but fuck knows when they're gonna arrive.
Yeah, didn't I read that you guys are gonna get them, but then you're gonna get smaller doses or something like that? I
think you probably know as much about it as we do.
Fair enough.
Or as our government does, to be honest. They keep on changing. You get it in 2 doses, and it was meant to be 3 weeks apart. They've decided to make it 3 months.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that now that Dominic Cummings has left, it's like, oh wait, he was the brains of the operation? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The evil Muppet is like fucking rejected from Sesame Street asshole. Can't even, without him, they can't even run the country. It's like,
no, they can't.
This is terrifying.
You
have a super version of the virus now? God bless. Probably from an Asda somewhere. Got it for cheap. There's a cheaper version of it at an Iceland somewhere. Bless your hearts.
Yeah, it'll be 2 for 1 quite soon.
There's going to be a vegan version of the super virus at Greg's.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna cater to everybody.
So, are you giving anything up for the January, or because that's something we do here? We give up stuff for January, and then I'm
doing a reverse. I am putting more into it. I'm genuinely trying to be a more positive person because I started to stream a lot. So currently I do stuff on this gaming site called Twitch where I play video games and people give me money. It's like OnlyFans, but less dignity. And I realized I spent all my time there at the end of last year just bitching and moaning. It's like, oh, it's terrible. I've lost so much money. Life is bad. And I'm like, A, it's not a good way to live. And B, people don't like to hear that. And they give you less money when you bitch. So I'm trying to be a bit more positive. Trying. I'm not saying I will do it. I will attempt. Probably still going to be a bitch, but, at least I'll drink more.
Well, yeah. I was thinking of trying to be more positive in 2021. Then 2021 happened, and I thought, fucking hell, no.
We're only a week in. Remember when we were here last year, and it was gonna be World War III at the start of the year? Remember, within the first week, it was America is trying to fuck over Saudi Arabia, and we're like, oh, World War III, and now we've downgraded to just a civil war. That's positive. We've improved the level of disaster the world is going through. This year's just gonna be killer badgers or something, just not hornets, just something smaller. Yeah.
What you've got to bear in mind, though, Sam, is that before this global pandemic and everything else, the UK was fucked anyway.
Y'all were fucked since Thatcher. Y'all were like on the downslide since then, even before Thatcher.
Yeah, totally. And in fact, at the start of this year, I reckon the only thing could make the UK worse than it was would have been if enough members of the royal family had been wiped out by COVID, so that Prince Andrew ended up being the king. That's about the only way we could have been more fucked up.
Oh no, a pedophile's in charge. What's the difference?
Yeah. Well, if it was an efficient pedophile, it'd probably be better than the bunch we got right now.
Yes, that's what we need. Efficiency with our pedophilia.
Yeah.
We need a pedophile with a spreadsheet. Come on, chop. Let's get the dates down.
I'm sure they're out there. So I love your comedy, and I will do a shameless plug for your Facebook page because there is so much stuff there. I mean, we've worked live together. We did shows at Edinburgh Fringe. Remember those good old days?
I remember sitting in the backstage of the Three Sisters. Stapling reviews to my flyers as Donald Vaughan looked at me and said, "Is this a Chinese sweatshop?" That was a very lovely thing.
But also those days when people would pack into sweaty basements and you'd rattle a bucket outside and get them to put loose change they've been holding all day into your bucket. And we didn't care because we didn't think we'd catch any diseases off them.
Let me tell you this. I had so much problems last year because I was like, I'm from Asia. And, I could put all my stuff on my flyer. But what if I put a QR code? That'd be brilliant. People could scan the QR code. And then I went to Edinburgh, and everyone in Edinburgh had no idea what the fuck a QR code is. Cut to this year, where everyone needs to use a QR code, and I'm like, fuck! My career in a nutshell. Just a year too late.
Yeah, but it's good to see. So you're actually able to do live shows right now.
Yeah. Well, not technically. We are able to do live shows, but it has to be in a theater. Minimum of 100 people only. Regardless if the theater is 2,000 or 500 seater, it's only 100 people in. And the theaters are not exactly reducing their price for rental. I mean, they've dropped it by 10%. Bless their hearts. I mean, now it only costs $1,800 for 100 people charging $30. Wow, what a bargain! What a definite bargain.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? I've been saying this ever since March. Mm-hmm. Some people are making loads of money out of this, and that's just another example. But so you can do a show in a theater, but you can't do one in a bar.
Yeah. So we have a comedy club in Singapore that had to unfortunately shut its doors last year. So we had this. Oh, thank you, Christy. Yeah, I'm homosexual. I know what to do. I'll coordinate. Shit, my underwears.
You got a compliment from our most loyal audience member.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah, Christy watches from Melbourne. She watches from Melbourne every single show. It's like, I don't know, with her, it's 7 a.m, something like that.
Yeah, it is 7:25 in the morning. You're 3 hours ahead of Singapore. Yeah, that's the great thing also about doing these online shows. You memorize people's time zones now. So it's like, oh, okay, East Coast of America, they are 11 hours behind us. West Coast is 15 hours behind us. Yes, 15 of them, like that, around there. You guys are 8 hours behind me. So yeah, you just gotta memorize everybody.
But I love your backdrop and all that. So I mean, Jay was talking about this earlier. Is that virtual or real?
Hold on, let me show you.
Yeah.
Let me show you. It's real.
Oh, it is real.
Look at this. The board game moves. Yeah. It's
Oh,
all
fuck.
real. It's all real. There we go. Real. The curtains are real. The wall. It's green, but it's real. It's real. I've got a balloon husband. He's real too. All real. 100% real. Accurate.
That's the thing. We do so much online now, and you see people's backdrops. You know, oh yeah, they've just green screened that.
No.
But
That's the sad thing.
I
I have an actual green wall that I can't green screen because it's too the fuck far away. I can't do anything with it. And also, even if I did, there's all these cupboards of board games here. It's gonna be fucking obvious.
I just assumed that was a kind of script. Oh, brilliant! And so this is what you use for your Twitch show, because we're going to get a shameless plug in for this.
Of course.
So what is your Twitch show? When does it go out?
Okay, so I'm not sure. Do you know what Twitch is, Vlad?
Yeah, you get it. This show's on Twitch.
Is this on Twitch?
Yeah.
Am I not following you on Twitch? I should host y'all. I need to host. I didn't know you guys were on. Hold on, let's go find Laughing Horse. Let me go host y'all. Right. Is it under Laughing Horse for the people in the backstage? What's the name of your what's your handle on Twitch, backstage folks, so I can give you a host?
Thursday show, Edinburgh Free Festival Thursday show.
Is that the name of the channel?
Oh, I don't know which. It'd be Edinburgh Free Festival.
Thursday show, Edinburgh.
It's free
We've got the
festival.
producer coming on. He's the
Hey, thank you.
I'll butt in and join in with that one.
Yeah, I tried to Google Thursday show Edinburgh and I got an Apex
Friends
Legends.
online.
We go Edinburgh.
It's why we don't give everybody viewers. It's so hard to find.
Right.
I found Free Finch Festival online. You are streaming now. I need
The one
to...
we are streaming right now. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And in fact,
let's give a
man
follow.
who's not on the screen there, he can probably tell us how many people we're getting. They'll be going out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
Okay, let me give you a host. I gotta give you a host. I gotta be a decent
cool.
human being. Hold on, let's go find. Yep.
So,
Okay. There we go. You're hosted. Lovely.
I love that clip that you did, which I'm guessing is all true.
Yes, 100%
About
true.
Yeah. So there are 3 types of gay according to the Singapore military.
Yeah. Technically, I mean, it's not. I mean, we all know comedy is all 100% true, and we don't lie about anything now, do we, Vlad? But with my 3 ranks, it's not really ranks; it's more classification. So it's section 302A, B, and C. And of course, for clarity, the Singapore Army would like to state that they no longer classify people in that. They would never do anything to any homosexual members of the military. They would never do that. They would never treat anyone with that much disrespect. Never.
So did you do national service? Did you do the 2 years?
No, I did only 6 months. I was dishonorably discharged for mental illness. Yes. And because of that, I somehow help to improve the mental illness issues within, as in the judgment of cases of mental illness servicemen in the army, because I went a bit, and I was pretty in quite a good posting. So they were like, oh my goodness, if this is happening so close to HQ, we need to check into the mental health of most of our recruits. So because of that, because of my that caused a stir. So hopefully, I'm not saying that what I did was good or anything. I did stupid stuff. I attempted to off myself, and thankfully I did call the cops, and it was improved. Although, morbid thing, I called the cops. I had attempted to off myself, and the cops showed up. And these are Singaporean police. They're not very good at bedside manners, you know that. So we were in the hospital. We were in the emergency room, and there was a queue of people. And the cop turned to me, and he went, look at all these people here with genuine health problems. And then there's you. And I was like, oh, it's okay. I'll go to the roof. No worries. I'll get out of your way. See you, officer. I'm a climb up right there. Climb on sunshine. Yeah. It's not even a bit. This seems like a bit. It's not a fucking bit. This genuinely happened. And I was like, wow.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Listen, Sam, it's been lovely having this. You're going to be back on later on. But I'm actually going to bring back Jay and LJ just to see if anyone's getting any questions. But before we all chat together, what are your plans for 2021? Are you thinking of coming over to UK if you can, to Edinburgh?
I'll have to see because here's the problem. If like, it's an example, if I want to come over to the UK or the Edinburgh, like let's drop everything and talk business for a second. It's gonna be hard because with the festival you have to plan ahead of time. You have to book flights. You're gonna book accommodations, and I don't think it's feasible because even if they say by April, hey, you guys can come over, by September they might cancel everything, and that's even more thousands of dollars that I spent last year that I might not get back again. So it's very risky for me to even think about it.
I actually live in Edinburgh all the time, so I might be this year's Fringe.
Hey, that'd be great.
Could just be me.
You can be the free Fringe, the paid Fringe, the weird free and paid Fringe at the same time. Can you do burlesque? Can you do burlesque? Can you do the
I
twisty
put my
things?
hand to it. I could even be the military tattoo.
Just a one-man military tattoo, just a running around with a stick. That'd be lovely.
Any of you two guys get stuff you want to ask Sam before we move on?
I myself have nothing to ask Sam.
Oh, bless your heart, LJ.
I want to say I love that man. He's my main motherfucker. I done gigs with Sam in Melbourne, Australia. We had a good time, no matter what he says.
Oh no, I love you, LJ. I performed with you all over the place in Melbourne.
Down under with the snakes and the spiders.
Oh, we found all those weird animals. The tears in the eyes and the tears in the ass. I saw you that night just making love to that spider, and I was like, LJ.
Voice. I don't do a Chinese voice when I talk to you.
I'm doing your voice because this voice is so infectious. That's what the UK strain does.
This is an outrage. You have been culturally appropriating me, Sam C.
I will do what I like, sir. Your voice just makes me want to just have the swag. Just all that swag.
Cut to an intermission.
I don't even have it. I'll put my ring light on me. I'm just enlightened by your voice. I'm doing LJ the Funk jokes now. Look at me. It's a physical. It's a visual pun. It's a visual pun. And if you don't know what a visual pun is, Wikipedia that.
Retrospectively. Right. That's the most fun I ever had. I love you.
I love you, sweetheart.
You have to get another guest on. No,
yes, of course.
We're going to see more of Sam in a little while for some games. Don't know why I done that, but it's games. Now, before we get the next guest on, we do have to plug the donations for the show because none of us have any money. So this show will be collecting some donations. Now, despite what you might be told, all the money you give goes to buy me new jewelry. Look at that. That's plastic shit. You give enough money, I'm going to get some fucking rubies or some shit, and I can go and be a proper comedian in Singapore like Sammy C. Right?
Yeah, get those rubies, and they taste like strawberry, too.
They do. I had a dragon fruit in Singapore. That was good, a dragon fruit in Singapore. I love Singapore. You're a lucky motherfucker, except for the fact you don't like you. Now, I like you. Anyway,
please don't.
I think we should now gotta cut to our next. This show is an embarrassment of riches. Not only do we have Sam C, but when I do the Edinburgh Festival during the time that there's no virus killing everybody, because it don't talk about that, but there's a virus killing everybody. When that's not happening, I do the Edinburgh Festival and I do some shows with the Comedy Sports fantastic improv group, and we are so lucky. We got somebody from Comedy Sports today, so we're gonna see a clip of her stuff. Her name is BRAINNE EDGE. She's fantastic. Comedy Sports is fantastic. So let's cut to that now.
Lie, link, about lat.
Tell tits too.
Lot, lit, lols, lof.
I'm shaking the crap out of someone's kid.
I'm putting the crap back into the kid.
The llama itself cannot hurt you. It's.
I don't know. I think they're pretty vicious. That's what
Beautiful, beautiful. I love improv, so let's do this. So let's bring on my next guest, BRAINNE EDGE, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello, bless you. How are you, BRAINNE?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Yourself?
I'm loving the blue hair. I miss the blue hair. I purposely dyed mine grey just to kind of blend in a little bit.
Well, I did the thing that everyone did in the middle of the first lockdown, shaved all my hair off. So this is all regrowth.
Yeah, I've shaved mine off just so it hides the baldness. That's John, this is customary here, and you do improv. So I want you to do your best LJ DeFunk impression. Go for it.
Fuck swans. What his hat says.
Brilliant.
I should do something with my hands as well, or something like that.
You got the glasses, got everything. This is it. Brilliant. You're part of Comedy Sports.
I am.
And I when we were chatting before the show, you've been doing improv now for 20 years. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, this is
I have to say
years.
You do not look that old at all. My God, you look lovely. For 20 years. Well, I know. I'm a little chum. Apart from LJ. But my point being, sorry, you've been doing this for 20. I've been doing stand-up for 25 years. And I've noticed a change in the stand-up side of the world. Because I did improv as well for about 5 years, as well as doing stand-up. And then my stand-up career kind of took off a little bit. And then the people who did the improv group moved off to Canada and became very successful. So I fucking hate improv, to be honest. No, I'm joking. I love it. But what have you noticed in like the comedy improv-y world over the last sort of 20 years?
Yeah, firstly, I will point out my cats are very excited about a box I just put on the floor, so that might happen.
They're doing their best LJ DeFunk impression as well. It's got the little chain.
Yeah, 20 years. So yeah, 2001 we started, and there was at least it felt like it was early days of the internet as well. So it felt like there was just kind of us doing it. There was obviously a lot more going on, a lot of stuff in London. Obviously, that's probably about the time you were doing this as well. Some stuff in the Northeast, a little bit in Yorkshire, I think. So it's kind of, no one really knew what it was, and you did have to be very like, oh, it's like, whose line is it anyway? You know, that show, that one show. So over 20 years, it's been a very interesting thing to watch. I mean, the community's grown massively, locally and globally. A lot more people know what it is already, even if it's just from like watching Family Guy and seeing someone take the piss out of it. You know, that's at least one way in. So loads of things have changed, and things still need to change. You know, there's a lot of things going on in the improv world that we're looking at the moment to try and widen it out more and get more people involved.
Well, this also leads me on to the other thing, because I know you teach improv in Salford in Manchester, and I teach back in the old days when we all used to be all talking about and stuff. I used to teach in the exact same venue as you, the stand-up comedy course I teach.
Yep.
And now I'm having to do all of this stuff online and everything. How have you're still teaching your courses, your improv courses online? How does that work?
Yeah, weirdly well. Like, I think I was a little resistant to it, and then I teach at the University of Salford as well, and I teach improv there too. So I didn't have a choice. Like, you have to now do this online, so I had to learn very quickly how to adapt that. I'm amazed at how much does adapt, and with our show now, we've moved it online since March. Playing with the technology has been my lifeline, really, and how you can be in the moment while using whiteboards and other cameras and loads of stuff like that. So for me, it's been very interesting and kind of teaching playful attitudes to a lens as well. So it's been quite fun, really.
It's been a phenomenal year. I mean, I've said this before. When lockdown first happened, I was grief stricken because our jobs as comedians, certainly as an improviser and certainly as a stand-up, is to play to audiences. And if suddenly audiences disappear, it's now we're doing this stuff online.
I think what's been great with improv, I don't know, I think it's a bit different with stand-up. Our chat function is lit up, and we are constantly going to our chat and chatting to our chat, and they're chatting to each other, and it's helped us actually reach our audience more than we could do in a room, you know. Not to say I don't want to get in a room with them again, but it's been quite fun to have that level of connectivity as well.
Because with stand up, when the chat thing blows up, that's just heckling. That's just fuck off. I just copy and paste fuck off now to
Is that your comeback, your normal heckle comeback?
I'll get LJ on no. I love
Probably
LJ.
worth saying that Comedy Sports, I mean, we do other shows as well, but Comedy Sports is our main show, and that's family friendly. So we wouldn't be able to write fuck off. I mean, we could, but it wouldn't go down very well.
Beautiful. You were also talking about that you teach. I am right in thinking this. You teach a comedy degree in Salford. Is that correct? Tell me a bit about that and tell me famous alumni that you've had off of it.
I mean, famous alumni. The degree's only been going 8 years, I think, at this, maybe 9. I can't remember how long it's been going now. I guess the most famous alumni out of our comedy degree is probably Josh Jones, who's doing pretty well at the moment, or Stephen Lawson, who's Stephen Tries on YouTube. Those two, the main names that jump out at me. But I mean, there's all the standard alumni of Salford, like Kiri Pritchard McLean and Jason Manford, Peter Kay, and all those. But they came out of different courses. But we've always had, because I've been teaching at Salford for 15 years now, and I was a student there as well before, so I've been around there a long time, and there's been a very comedy centered vibe at that university for many years, decades. So.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And finally, one thing I wanted to ask is you've got a web series. You alluded to this a little bit earlier. Tell me a little bit more about this. This is an improvised web series you've got.
So
and this is a good chance to plug it.
Well, we do Comedy Sports twice a week anyway, and that's all improvised on the spot through YouTube. And then me and my partner Sean, we've been creating a web series on our People Talk YouTube channel, which is all improvised stuff, but it's improvised and then edited to like kind of pull together an episode of something. So we've just finished a series called Going Coastal, which is basically about the coast of the UK. And very limited coasts of the UK because of various tiers. Yeah, you can't really find it. You have to type in People Talk Going Coastal into YouTube. There it is. There's some really dodgy Scottish accents and a lot of swearing as well. So brilliant. But it's really good fun. We've had a lot of different improvisers from around the UK when we've managed to get to places, come and be guests on it and things like that. So that's been quite fun.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Brian. And hopefully one day when the whole world opens back up, we'll meet up in Salford in the King's Arms, and we'll chase the cat around or something. We'll do something.
Oh, Charlie!
Yes,
Charlie.
yes,
Yeah.
But speaking of feline animals, let's bring on the man who's held this very prestigious title for 4 years running, the man most in need of a hug from a woman, and he's held it 4 years running. It's LJ DeFunk. Let's bring him on. Here he is. Congratulations.
Nice to be back. Thank you for giving me the award for most needed to be hugged by a woman. I don't understand what that
I wondered
means,
what
so
he'd
why
been
that's
holding
Oh,
for
I'm back
that
too.
many
Hey.
years.
Hello guys, everybody back.
Hey, Ron.
Hello everybody stay on now. I think, well, I very much enjoyed all these interviews and bits of comedy. It's a happy times, but I think it's time to move on to game shows. Who wants a game show? Nobody. Where are you going? So fuck
I
you.
wanna-
Right.
I want to talk about improv.
I want to talk about improv. You think any of this is scripted? No, I'm in Manchester.
I'm going to talk about dodgy Scottish accents and swear.
Yeah.
That's
That's
There's
why.
one thing I can't stand is dodgy accents. Right. Now,
They're
fuck
very
you.
poor.
Right. Happy hegemony. I believe we gotta move on. We're short of time. With your short of time, I got all fucking night. Well, we're gonna move on to Desert. There's a game show now. To the people at home, it's like Desert Island Discs, but it's not Desert Island Dicks. That's what I do when I do a dick. So
Oh
we got
my
Desert
God.
Island Dicks, and what's gonna happen? Very
Bent
simple.
wrong.
Not much. It's all improv. There's not much of a competitive element to it, but people are going to tell us who is such a dick. They're going to send them to a desert island. Now, the obvious answer is me, but that's boring. You got to think of somebody else. Right. Now, who we got? I'll tell you who should start. My old buddy, Sammy C.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
Sammy,
thank you,
hang
old
on, I
buddy
think I got
LJ
right.
DeFunk.
Sammy C from
Yeah.
Singapore. From Singapore. My friend Sammy C. Now, I hope you've done some preparation for this, motherfucker.
Okay.
Who is such a dick other than me? Because I buy that. Who is such a dick you want to send them to a desert island right now?
Firstly, before we begin, I love how your logo is just two penises being sounded by a palm tree. That is, if you don't know what sounding is, Google it, kids. It's gonna haunt your dreams. Do you know what?
Or make
You know
them.
why they call it sounding? Because once they start, you're gonna make a fucking sound. But now, of course, I will be choosing someone related to the bullshit that has happened in the American capital, and it will be easy to choose Trump, and I would choose Trump, but I decided to go a little bit more insular, just like the incels that invaded. I'm gonna go for Senator Josh Hawley, who is the fucking prick who stood up the election results on for the Senate hearing, because he was the guy who went, we are going to challenge every single goddamn state, and he was the one when he passed by the, frankly, terrorists, when he passed by the terrorists, he went, yeah, you guys do it, and then they did it, and he went, why did you do it? And I was like, it's your fault, you jackass! So I would like to put him on a desert island and shove a palm tree into his cock.
We'll make that happen. Bronya, you look like somebody who knows who you would like to fuck off to a desert island. Who is your desert island dick, Bronya?
I've gone less specific, but there's an American theme, and I'd like to put every American who attempts a British accent onto a desert island and just kind of leave them there to think about what they've done. I lived in America for a few years, and almost every single person I ever went up to was like, "Oh, can I do your accent?" Like, no, you obviously can't.
You were talking about Americans doing an English accent.
That's right.
You do not have a problem. No, apropos of nothing, you do not have a problem with English motherfuckers doing American accents.
I do not.
Nobody's gonna read too much into this. Thank
No,
you very
they
much.
should. If
I'm here in
anything,
Alabama. I would not dare try the English accent. I wouldn't know where to start. Hello, I'm from England. I wouldn't know how to do that.
that's pretty much exactly what
Why
they
are
do.
both of your fake English accents Chinese? What the fuck?
know,
Guys?
isn't it
Why are they
dreadful?
both Jamaican Chinese?
Don't blame us.
Jamaican.
Blame the
Yeah.
Americans.
Hey, ni hao, bro. Like what? I'm still doing LJ the Funk. What the hell? It's infectious. It's infectious.
It's
I'm
infectious.
saying this. I'm saying this
You
knowing.
is a better LJ than me. I'll be out of a job if Singapore had a market for LJ the Funk, which thankfully, due to its restrictions, does not. Now, well, I think we should move on to the next game show.
How short are we running on time? How
just
little
leave
time
them
do
there.
we have?
I could have
What we
this
have
going
on?
now, but some people
We have
got
nothing
to
on.
do. People gotta watch Lark Rise to Candleford. Is that still on TV? No? Oh, my references is out of date. I don't know, Cobra Kai? Oh, you can binge that. Fuck it, do anything. Well, good.
I saw that, bro. I saw that.
No, we gotta shut up. Everybody behave themselves. Important shit. We gotta
Wait, are you trying to rein us in, LJ? You're reining us in, you fuck.
Man, Sammy, this is professional. You gotta you shit up or shit out. That's my view. Now, we gotta do another game show. It's called Mask Tasker. Mask Tasker. Everybody, there we go. There's a logo and everything. That's not me. I
Look
didn't
at that
press it.
Photoshop. That Photoshop. Mwah.
Everybody's gotta put a mask on. Now, this week, by the way, if anybody here is a producer
Got a
from
mask.
Taskmaster and wants to sue us, I'll fuck you up so bad you're picking up your ass with a broken dick. Now, so first game.
It's okay.
Mask
No,
Tasker.
it's okay. Hi guys, I'm Phil Wang. Okay, we're clear.
Phil Wang. No, I'm gonna call you Phil Wang. It's fine. I don't care. I feel like I got acknowledgement to do that now. So, Mask Tasker. People that gotta propel shit using their mask with their mask on or using their mouth with the mask on. Phil Wang. Philly Wang Wang. That was actually the name of his show, but also a slur I used to refer to him. Sammy C, you go first. You gotta propel something with your mask on.
As in, like, throw something? Because I'm
You're not prepared for this.
I didn't. I wanted to be spontaneous. You fuck. I didn't. Also, you said propel. Propel is such a vague word. Like, do I like launch it with the mask?
0 points for Sammy C. Branya Edge, could you be less shit than Phil Wang?
I'm gonna give you 3 options. I can project some water.
No.
Fanta.
No.
Or hang on.
The cat. Project
wish
the
it
cat.
A grape.
Yeah, the grape. Right. Can you project the grape?
So propel the grape with the mask.
Maybe. Whatever you like is probably fine.
That's not propulsion.
I didn't do it yet. Now it's in my cleavage.
I feel like you propelled it into the mask.
Wait, let me try
Is that what you trying to do? What are you trying? How? What the fuck is that? That is worse than Philly Wang doing nothing.
And I'm Phil Wang. Look at my bulge. Look at my bulge. Phil Wang.
Is Singapore's answer to a gay Philly Wang. Vladimir Savage.
Yeah. I am
propel something from your man?
I'm no Philip Schofield. I'm going to propel. Take my mask off to explain what I'm going to propel with my mask. My UK driving license. There you go. Is my UK driving license. That may not seem a particularly large object. However, bear in mind, this one has 9 points on it. So, if I get this to go more than 30 miles an hour, I will be banned from driving. Unless I go on a mass tasker awareness course.
Hey!
Wait, I didn't know we could be outside the mask.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
There was no clarification on the rules.
You had your time. You had your chance. You had your
Oh,
chance.
no.
Still shit.
It's like
Still shit.
like a tie-dye chicken giving birth.
Now, it's clearly not going to happen, but in case there's any chance, Jay Sodagar is capable of propelling anything from anywhere. The man cannot even propel shit from his ass. Maybe he can propel something. Come on, Sodagar. Last chance. This is your one chance to shine. By the way, I like the idea you used to teach comedy in Southport. You couldn't teach your dog to shit. Now, Sodagar, give it a go. Go on, try and blow something or some shit. I'm looking forward to this. It's like watching your granddaddy try to poop. Come on, Sodagar, give it a go.
It's all in the eyes. It's all in the eyes.
No, it's in the mouth. That's the whole point of this thing. It's nothing. It's in the eyes. It's in the mouth.
I feel like you shouted that before.
I'm certain you said that before. It's all in the mouth. It's all...
Not in the eyes. Not in the eyes.
Lovely,
not on the hair. Not on the hair. Ah, it's sticky. Oh God, Vlad, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I hate.
I haven't watched it out yet.
It was black before the stream started.
It's all right. Go on.
Sodagar, have you done it yet?
No, I haven't. I'm doing this. I hate Christmas. I fucking hate Christmas.
3 minutes left. I gotta do the wrap up. Nothing wrong with me. I got nothing to say. Sodagar, do something.
Let him shoot his bauble. No, you
Yeah,
can do that. That
is beyond disqualification. I think Sodagar, I saw a cat run through Brock's house. Funny. Right. So to sum up the results.
Oh, what's your name?
Oh, it's so cute.
She's so angry.
Lovely.
What's her name? What's her name? What's her name?
Enid! I just dropped her on a lot of stuff.
Oh no! Enid, fuck it.
I cannot be as entertaining as a cat. However, I do have to take charge here. So, the results. Now, in reverse order, fourth being so bad that even cheating didn't win him the competition. The biggest head in comedy, Jay Sodagar. In third position, mainly because I can't remember what he'd done, Sammy C.
I did nothing. You disqualified me before I had a chance.
You're lucky you came third. In second position, because it was frankly funny looking at the tragedy of the attempt, is Brainne Edge from the Comedy Sport.
That's fair.
And I look forward to doing the kid show with you in Edinburgh. That's right, motherfuckers. We do kid shows. Kids have to watch me doing this. That's why I think the future of the nation is fucked.
It's that hat as well.
The winner, the only motherfucker who manages to predict anything, who would have thought it, was my main motherfucker who has celebrated hegemony. Vladimir McTavish.
Thank you. Yes, still driving after all these years.
The actual professional who not only prepared but actually wrote jokes for this section. Bless your heart. You're so good at this.
Jokes, you're on the wrong fucking show. You should have written a eulogy. I wrote a eulogy, and that's why I'm the host. Now, we got a shot. I think we should give everybody, the guests, a chance to plug some shit. Bronya, tell us what you're doing and how people can access that during these times of tragedy.
Great, everything I'm doing pretty much on YouTube. YouTube.com/CSZ UK is where our comedy sports shows are. Wednesdays and Saturdays at 7. They're free to watch. You can donate. And then also People Talk, Going Coastal. Check out that web series. That'd be really nice. Vlad probably doesn't want to.
I would love to. No, I'd love to.
I don't want you to.
Oh, don't you?
I feel embarrassed. My accent's abysmal. I don't even know why I chose it.
What from your shoulders?
Sammy C. Right, Sammy C. Singapore's answer to a gay Philly Wang. You tell us what you was up to.
All right, I am online all over the place, but primarily I am on Twitch. I'm on Twitch at Mr. Sam C. That's MRSAMSEE, and that is my handle across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MRSAMSEE. That's 8 letters. 8's a good number in Chinese. It's also the number of letters in my handle. Come by. And also, I'll be doing my own version, Going Postal, where it's just a bunch of people doing Scottish accents that sound vaguely Chinese.
Sammy C will also be taking over the handle of being LJ the Funk in the future because he's better than I am, and I'm bored of the character. Right, well.
I can't fit in your shirt, it's too big.
No,
Yes.
you can. Literally, you can. Small shirts is hard to fit into.
I will fit into that shirt
You
retrospectively.
misunderstood how the concept of space works, my friend. I cannot fit into your bow tie. Right.
I like that shirt. I
Stylistic.
like that shirt. I don't like that shirt. This is just an in-joke right now. None of this makes sense. The world
What
is
I like
dying.
about
Drink.
this in-joke is I don't recognize the in-joke. You was just talking to yourself,
Just
Philly
his
Wang.
own- his
Anyway,
own thing.
check out Philly Wang. He's on Twitch every day. Can't go wrong with a bit of Philly Wang. I love Philly Wang. Feels my Wang. Right. Well, I do believe that's the end of the show. Let's give a big, please donate to raise money for me to get more jewelry. That's plastic shit. I'm fucking peasant. I want some fucking gold. Give it up. There's no actual people I can see clapping, but I'll give it up for
Yep.
Bronya Edge, Sammy C. We got Vladimir McTavish. We got, unfortunately, we got Jay Sotagora. This has been the hegemony episode of the Thursday show. It's been a hoop. Been the best time I ever had. I'm sure the other acts enjoyed it, especially Philly Wang. He loves it.
Just donate, you fuckers. Pounds are worth more than $6. Please. Fuck it.
Literally,
I know the exchange rate.
You go in Singapore, you have the Marina Bay Sands, they rip you off. I'm never going there again. Anyway, that's another story for another day. Well, I believe that's the end. Donate to us, because I got to buy non-shit jewelry. Go and check out these motherfuckers on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. We'll be back next week with different motherfuckers. Probably not me, which is happy times. That's the end of the show. Good night.
Everyone.